Yeah. So
Okay.
CSG, I mean, now that they're partners of ours, this feature is full access CSG. So they can quote all products. They can run heat maps. They can run rate comparisons. They can even get some supplies. Like, this thing is a beast.
Could you show us that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Awesome.
And this is also the one where you can do certain med stuff and dental enrollments.
Awesome.
They don't have all the carriers available yet, but they are working on adding more. And I don't know what all Anna went over, but whenever you're utilizing the Medicare Center, like all three of these will open in their own tabs up at the top. So you can easily go back as needed. And then this CRM version won't, because that's the built-in integrated one. Okay. So like I said, the other three are where you can do your Medicare Advantage and PDP enrollment. You can still utilize the CSG to quote those products if you want to. There are certain agents who prefer the CSG PDP quoting because they show the before and after gap breakdown of the drugs. So again, this is just something that as you're using the platform, you'll find what you like best, and then you'll utilize that. But this is where you can quote your MA, PDP, final expense, hospital indemnity, dental vision, and Medicare supplement. I'm not sure why it's out of order, but all of those products you can at least quote on here. You can do e-applications for certain Medicare supplement and dental products. This is a newer feature that they're super proud of because a lot of times when you're selling a Medicare supplement, you sell a dental with it. And then when you're running the quotes on CSG, you can add both of those products to the cart and enroll them in a MedSup and dental at the same time. So it's a really, really awesome new feature that they're doing. You mentioned going through a Medicare supplement quote. So we'll do that first. Through the Medicare Center platform, because you've registered like with your identity, like everything you do within your login will save. So if you have an existing, book of business you want to import your clients in here, you can. And then you can just start typing their name and it'll import their zip code, their gender, their age, all the things. And then if you were even importing a prospecting list or anything like that, you can do that as well. But for this, do you have a specific zip code you want me to use, Zach, for the example? Or
Not necessarily, but if you want me to get one for you, I will.
Well, I mean, I'll just use mine.
Yes, absolutely.
The amazing hot springs are. So you'll do your zip code, and then once you do your zip code, this button down here will populate. But the only way this show advanced option will populate is if you put that zip code in first. A lot of agents will be like, I can't find it, but you have to put that zip code in first. Age, gender, all the things, effective date, household, and then this show advanced. This is where you can add those underwriting filters. So this is the tool that we use to make us sound really, really smart all the time. So when you call in and you're like, hey, I have this client, they're diabetic, they're on this medication, all these things, what carrier will take them? Well, you can input all those here. You can select the health condition, the medications, you can add all of that. And then when you hit get quote, it will show you the carriers that will accept them. But I'm just going to do a basic Medicare supplement quote. This will always pop up. These are the carriers that you can do the e-application on. So it's Ascendo, Aetna, Great Southern, Independence, Mutual of Omaha, United Healthcare. These are the carriers you can do those e-apps through CSG. So then it just automatically looks like this with all the carriers, sorts by price. If it is available to do the e-app, you can hit apply now. And then it goes through the fill the blanks, just like on an e-application, which most agents are familiar with. And then if you are wanting to add to cart and then go add the dental, that's what you would do. You would just click add to cart. And only those options will apply when it's available.
What about the ones without the e-app? Does it have like a redirect to the website to do the e-app, or?
I mean, it'll direct you to the portal.
Okay.
If you go visit carrier resources.
Okay, perfect.
And then other popular features that are used are the market analytics filter. A lot of agents like to see the rate increase history for the carriers. So you just hit market analytics, you can see that for all of them. If you need to apply the household discount, you can easily just add it there. Prices will adjust as needed. And then if you did want to go back and add the health conditions, you could do that as well. And that's mostly everything for the Medicare supplement. This will show all carriers. I'll point that out because it does have a lot of questions. A lot of agents' questions are like, I don't want to see all these carriers. I only want to see mine, but it's going to show all of them on this platform. Do you have any questions about the Medicare supplement part? It's pretty simple. CSG has it pretty well organized. If you ever want to export a quote, like if I hit the PDF button right now, it would give me all of these quotes in a PDF. So it's really, really user friendly.
Awesome.
Yes, it is awesome. I'm just going to kind of go over like all my favorite things. And if you ever want like an actual walkthrough of a certain process on CSG, if you go to csgactuarial.com and you go to their learning center, their videos are the best. I mean, and they break them down specifically by each process because there's a lot of videos. So if there was anything you wanted additional training on, like walking through the e-app or anything like that, importing clients, there's a whole library for all those. I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and a really, really, really amazing feature that I try and push agents to use on here is the Fill the Gaps tool. So whenever you sell a Medicare Advantage, we call the perfect pair MA hospital indemnity. You want to pair that hospital indemnity with a Medicare Advantage plan. And CSG provides this tool called Fill the Gaps to help you do that. And I'll show you how to do that. So you'll do Medicare Advantage version 2, the new one. They're going to be doing away with this old one soon. So you'll go to the new one. Again, if you had your clients already in here, you could pull up their information. So I'm going to do just a Medicare Advantage. You can do, PDP and things like that. You can put the prescription drugs and doctors in here, and it will save them on file for you. The only thing about CSG is you cannot do the MA or PDP enrollments. I'm going to say no drug costs for this example. Going to get a Medicare Advantage quote, and this is what they'll look like at a glance. And then you'll click View Plan Details. You have to select the Medicare Advantage plan and click View Plan Details to get the Fill the Gaps button to populate. So once you do that, you will click the Fill the Gaps, and you're confirming the information, and then it's going to populate the hospital indemnity plans that qualify for those demographics. You can select more than one. For this example, I'm only going to select one, but you can scroll down and you'll see the carrier name here, and that's how you know like which one you want to use. So I'm going to go with SureBridge, add to comparison. And then what it's going to do is it's going to put it side by side with the Medicare Advantage plan. So that way you can fill the gaps like perfectly. It gives a really great visual as to what your client is going to be responsible for out of pocket versus what they could pay a month to help with those out of pocket costs. So for this example, they're paying $0 for well care, and the base plan is like $3.49 for this SureBridge. So if they go inpatient hospital, it's $360 per day, days 1 through 5. So you'd ask your client, can you afford $360 a day for 5 days? Most of the time they would probably say no, and then you can go over here to the hospital confinement benefits, and you can pick the one that's going to best match their out-of-pocket costs. So I'm going to go 6 days, because theirs is 5 days, and I'll do $350. And so that makes it $30 a month. So they're paying $0 for the MA, and if they're hospitalized, they'll get $350 a day for this $30 a month. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just want to show you it goes through every section of the plan. So outpatient, you can do skilled nursing, ambulance copay. And as you add things, it's going to update your monthly. And then if you want to, you can print this as well. That way you can give them a copy of their MA and their hospital MA, so they have a nice visual of how it's all going to work if they're ever in those situations, or if you just want to have it, before, they get there kind of thing. You have those options as well. So that's the fill the gaps feature. And if you did just want to quote hospital indemnity on its own, you can. Final expense, I'm sure that's what you already use, most likely Zach, and then of course the dental vision. Now it also offers Market Pulse, Market Edge, the document locker. You can do the scope of appointment through here as well. And then this is where you would go to see a copy of your e-applications that you've submitted. So the last kind of feature I want to brag about on CSG is this Market Edge. And what this does is it will provide you heat maps of your area, and it'll show you where the most people turning 65 are, how many are enrolled in MedSup versus the Medicare Advantage. I'll go ahead and just give you a quick example. This is where you would go to run a rate comparison as well. So if you're wanting to see how competitive a certain product is in a certain area, you would be able to. So I'm just going to pick Arkansas, run search, and you don't have to pick a state, you can do the whole US. So if you're selling in multiple states. And then this is what the map looks like. So there were 10 Medicare Advantage quotes ran on this platform, is what this means. And there were 214 MedSup quotes ran. The population over 65, the population turning 65, and this is just in this area that I'm hovering over. And then it's MedSup policyholder, Medicare Advantage, enrollments. So you can hover over any area and it will tell you the demographics. So obviously this is a feature that's definitely going to help agents determine what areas they're working in, what people are more enrolling in more in that area, kind of stuff. And again, you can export all of this as well. It's very, very interactive platform. Do you have any questions for me, Zach, about CSG?
No, I think this is awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's my go-to. A lot of times when agents have questions for me about products, I go here a lot to, just run the quote and see what's available and things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Export things. It's I don't even know the word for CSG. I call it a beast. That's just what I call it.
I think they'd say it's a robust.
Yeah, robust is pretty great. I like beast, so.
Yeah, that is.
It does so much. But most of the time agents use it just for their Medicare supplement quoting. They're trying really hard to push for the enrollment part as well. And I do have a few agents who have been utilizing it just for their dental enrollments, trying it out, and some of the MedSup enrollments. But that's really kind of what they're trying to push for, is agents to utilize it to do the enrollments as well through here. You go to csgactuarial.com and then you hover over Learning Center. You can do the Quoting Tool tutorials, and then there's quick overview, the search and save prescriptions. I mean, it breaks it down by each feature because it's a lot.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, if you wanted to do the e-app or the client manager, the scope, even the market data, kind of like the map I showed you, she'll show you how to do a rate comparison as well. I don't know how often agents use that feature. I know that a lot of them like this map to learn about their area. And then, of course, the e-app tutorials, they're all here. Yeah. And I'm happy to send you over this recording.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Do you feel confident?
Yeah, I'll have to give it a try a couple times and then I'll feel confident.
Okay. I know that you did you go over like the CRM or the Medicare link at all?
No, but the Medicare link, from what you said, I think that the only people that will be using that would be, like you said, the people who have already used it. So,
well, if you go to Medicare link, because I do get questions sometimes from agents about it, what I'll do is they have a location, this little thing, frequently asked question. This is how I answer their question. But if you go to like the quoting, like if you go to each of these, there's videos for each of these. If you're curious how that platform works, there are some agents who absolutely love this platform. The only thing is it has less carriers as well. So that part's not fun, because you can go to the Learning Center at any time and see the comparison chart.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it'll show you, like, Medicare Link doesn't have as many as Medicare app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then the ones with the stars are the ones that you can do those HRAs with. Because year before, agents didn't use Medicare Center that much because you couldn't get that extra $50 for the HRA. So they made that available now, but it's only with these certain carriers with the stars.
Got it.
Okay, I think that's all the really important things you need to know at a glance.
Got it. And I'm sure I'll have some more questions in a couple weeks from now, so I'll get you on again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I'll send you over the recording too.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right. Bye.